Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is H to the O-B. I used to move skate bumps by the O-B. I guess even back then you could call me CEO or the ROC. Fresh out the frying pan into the fire. I be the music biz #1 supplier. Not DOC, but similar to the letters. No one can do it better. I check cheddar like a food inspector. My homie Strick told me, dude, finish your breakfast. So that's what I'ma do. Take you back to the zoo with the Lexus. Fast forward the shoes in the necklace. Let me tell you dudes what I do to protect you. Shoot at you actors like movie direction,
We're coming at you from the beautiful Amway Center in downtown Orlando, Florida, home of the Magic, and our State Farm starting lineups. Here's a look. And guys, what do you think we'll be seeing from Marcin Gortat in this one?
Well, the thing that I like about Gortat is how deceptive he is in the ways that he scores. I mean, he can score in...
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thank you, Kevin. The Magic head coach and I had a chance to talk just for a bit. I asked him how they plan to contain this offense, one of the most prolific in the league. He said, we'll have our work cut out for us. No question about it. They can hurt you any number of ways. That's why they're as good as they are. We just have to play the percentages and try to make sure they're getting the shots we want as opposed to the ones they want. Kevin, makes sense. Back to you.
Thanks, Doris, and pretty prudent approach, I think, guys, considering the offensive explosiveness they have to contend with here.
Definitely, Kevin. You have to have a very specific plan of attack when you play against a club like this one.
And even then, guys, adjustments need to be made at some point, and that's guaranteed. I mean, it's always a chess match against this team.
Here's Farmer. Rebound by the Suns. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando this season.
Yeah, they got swept in the 2 games that they played against this club last year. They lost both of them.
The Suns shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. Marshall, covered by Smith. The kick out to Brown. Tries it from 19. Rebound by Smith. You talked about what happened between these two teams last year, Steve. It was a pretty one-sided affair.
Yep, they just had a hard time finding anything that worked against these guys, Kevin. They really did. It was tough for them.
Farmer in at 2 guard. On Davis out there with Al Harrington. Then there's a Flalo, and it's Smith in at the point guard. This is out there for Orlando.
This game very well could come down to a few possessions, and if that's the case, rebounding could play large.
Yeah, in a close game like this one, securing the ball is so vital.
And the basket by Harrington.
He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
For the Orlando Magic, they come into this one following a loss to the Nuggets.
And the fact that they still had a shot at the end of the game was fairly amazing because it was an off night for a lot of their guys.
And it was close enough, Steve, that they didn't need a perfect game from everybody. Even just a little bit more of a contribution from 1 or 2 of their key players would have done it for them. The Suns have never really been a formidable team on the road in recent years, and last season was pretty much par for the course. They finished 14-19 away from home, and that was part of why they missed the postseason.
Jared Dudley's checked in for Shannon Brown. You look back on the recent seasons of the Sun, they just can't seem to get any momentum away from Phoenix. I mean, even when they last won the division, Steve, they weren't too great traveling away from Arizona.
Well, it's kind of a rebuilding or retooling situation for the team.
And here's Turkoglu from the arc. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime.
53.
Magic lead by 14.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And now get ready for the halftime report. We're happy to be part of your Sunday. A great team effort by the Magic so far. They've dialed in from long range, an incredible shooting performance from outside.
just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession.
Well, let's take a look at where Orlando ended up, Kevin, rank-wise in the league last year. 3rd in three-point shooting, 13th in rebounding. And as for turnovers, some work to be done here. Top 2/3 of the league. Not good, but not terrible either. Improvement necessary.
And how about the spacing that we saw from this team last year, Clark? You mentioned the three-point shooting in the top 5 in terms of field goal percentage from long range. And I think it was a direct result of great unselfish play. And it helps when you can employ that inside-out game. You know, attack a team in the paint and then kick it out for that three-point shot.
On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. We've got Jared Dudley. Markieff Morris is out there with Jermaine O'Neal. Then it's Johnson, and it's Telfair in at the 1. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
The Phoenix Suns training staff and doctors are renowned league-wide. Back in 2000, they developed their unorthodox methodology for injury prevention and rehab. They evaluate players' flexibility in 8 different areas 4 times a week, do manual muscle testing for strength, assess movement, and even take measurements of players' legs, ankles, and hips. This allows them to determine which muscles are tight or weak, which joints are out of whack, and they look for and find any dysfunction. It's this understanding and application of what's called kinesiology that's enabled them to have such remarkable results. Kevin?
They do amazing work, Doris. Thank you. Nelson kicks to Reddick. Out of bounds, Phoenix will take possession. While we have a chance, let's now take a look at the teams that top the league in Magic leading by 14. Farmer, he's in at shooting guard. Aflalo is out there with Al Harrington. Then there's Glenn Davis. And it's Nelson in at the 1. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Here's Dragic. Nice follow through on the fadeaway.
He's been producing all night. It's up to the rest of his team to start kicking in a little bit.
Here's Farmer. It's hauled in by the Suns.
Once he had to change the shot because of the hand in his face, you knew he wasn't going to make it.
Deflects the pass. And Gortat kicks to Dragic. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. The Magic shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. Here's Farmer. Rebounded by Luis Scola. Guys, a comeback probably not in the cards at this point.
Yeah, unless something dramatic and drastic occurs.
Yeah, something crazy would have to happen. I think you can pretty much put a bow on this one. Not much drama left in this one, guys.
No, it hasn't quite exactly been a nail-biter. I mean, it's going to be a great win for them, though.
Dragic kicks to Scola. Gortat inside. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports.
You guys were firing on all cylinders out there tonight. That's got to be a win that makes you feel good about the team as a whole. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, it was a good win for the team, man. We did what we were supposed to do, and it made a difference. It's always easier when you can build a little cushion like that. There's less pressure, not as much of a sense of urgency. And you feel like you can play your own game without worrying too much about the score. If only every game was like that, man.